Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Welcome to Otaku Chris is Talking, and this is your weekly manga review for Nanatsu and Taizai, also known as Seven Deadly Sins, chapter 204. Boom, getting fast right that. Wow, Rudiciel is a dick. He's just a pure dick. There is nothing else you can even say about it. He's just a prick. I mean, from the first time we saw him when he first came onto the scene, we knew, okay, Rudiciel, he just has a really evil face. And in the last chapter, it was kind of like, is this guy going to start the Holy War now? And obviously, he was going to definitely implement it, but I didn't realize how much the archangels actually had involved in this and how much they actually led most of it. And to think that he basically signed off that all the races are pretty much going to be fucking obliterated. And we know this because obviously from coming from modern times, you know what's happened. All the races have pretty much scattered away. All that's left are the humans. There's no more fucking giants, there's no more fairies, there's no more demons, there isn't any more anything, not even the archangel. So it looks like nobody won this. I mean, we haven't even seen any glimpses of Rudiciel after that in the current Taizai storyline, so it definitely shows that he definitely got his ass handed to him. What I'm interested to see is who did it. I'm going to throw a limb out there and say Meliodas kicked his everything, because I think Rudiciel is probably going to do something in the future chapters, something to do with Elizabeth, and I think that's when Meliodas is going to have to step in and show people what his true power levels are, especially as Rudiciel's even mentioned in the previous chapter as well, that he had his eye on Meliodas and he didn't trust Meliodas. So I feel like him mentioning that was just kind of like a slight foreshadowing that there's going to be a clash between the two, even though this is a flashback and we're not really going to get that much plot progression or character development or just even any form of relationship between the two. I feel like Rudiciel is definitely going to do something to do with Elizabeth. Now, the reason why I think that is because in this chapter, Elizabeth was speaking to Derriere and once speak of the 10 commandments, and she was basically trying to bargain with them, trying to explain to them that the archangels aren't doing anything evil, nothing's going on, even though Derriere mentioned, I can sense the demon, like thousands of the demons sense, like what's it called again, basically energy. She can sense their energy, an energy source that only demons can be emitting. And what was totally fucked is Rudiciel knew that, so he managed to basically capture loads of the demons, and not even like the major demons who are going into fighting or anything, but we're talking about just demon civilians, so just basically the normal demons who are just living their lives, doing their own thing, raising their children, whatever, blah blah. And he's just basically captured them and put them in a state of life and death where they're not able to do anything, but they're dead, so it's just basically just their souls, and use that as bait to lure the 10 commandments. Totally fucked. And when the 10 commandments got there, he was just like, okay, you guys did your job, and just got rid of them. Now we got to see Derriere's brother, and before then Derriere seemed like she was able to hold a conversation or even try to make a truce or some form of peace or treaty or something, or a way where everyone can just leave okay. But things did not go so smoothly. Derriere's brother got wiped out in front of her, and at the last panel you can see that Derriere was fucking pissed off, and she has a right to be. I mean, even if she's a demon, it looks like the archangels are definitely going to be the main antagonists for the rest of the story, maybe even next arc, who knows. We also got to see a bit of Gloxinia and Valor talking. Well, we also got to see a bit of Gloxinia and Valor. We got to see Gloxinia, aka King, talking to Ro, who seems to be Ban's ancestor, and he even mentioned, he was like, Ban? And then Ro was like, who's Ban? And it was like, oh, he's just someone you just kind of look like. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was kind of glad that we got to see that, and I wonder whether we're going to see any signs that this is Ban's actual ancestor, or whether it's just a character drawn like Ban. At the moment, I think it's Ban's ancestor, because otherwise Nakaba Sensei wouldn't have mentioned King saying Ban like that if there wasn't a connection. So hopefully we get to see either some of Ro's abilities, because Ro did say he's very confident in his ability to protect the fairy forest. Obviously the forest got burnt the fact down, so it's not going to be that simple, but hey, who knows. This was several thousand years ago before King, so I'm very interested to see where this goes and how, if we're going to see any of Ro's abilities, if we're going to see what's happening, well, what happens with Elizabeth and the Ten Commandments. I think the Ten Commandments are going to go on a spree, probably attack Elizabeth. Elizabeth probably defend herself, but I have a feeling that I have a huge feeling that Rudiciel is going to be the person who's going to attack Elizabeth for maybe betraying them or something, or loving Meliodas too much. I mean, that's when Meliodas will go into his rage or his fit, and when I think Meliodas will be the one to basically make the most destruction in his rage. But it's interesting to see who's going to be taken out and how. This is one of those stories where we know that we know the ending, we know the outcome, but what's really intriguing is the actual, is the journey to this outcome that we're all aware of, which is all the races get taken the fuck out, everyone gets obliterated, and there's only basically Meliodas left and a couple demons, I guess, a couple with the Ten Commandments, and they probably left with a fucking tails wagging between the legs. But hey, and what else have we got to see? Oh yeah, so we got to see Elizabeth, and she's able to speak to Daria, and I liked how we got to have that level of, I don't know, that level of understanding between Elizabeth and the rest of the Ten Commandments, and how they were actually able to speak like that, because we know in modern day time the Ten Commandments, they're on a fucking killing spree, and this past few chapters has kind of shown us as to why, kind of giving them a slight justification for their actions. Obviously the Ten Commandments aren't the only ones, they're not totally in the right. It's not like if they're totally in the right and like they haven't done anything wrong at all, but it does seem like the archangels, they're the main bad guys, and possibly the reason why a lot of shit is about to go down. What's your favorite part of this chapter? If you had to decide, who do you think is going to start? Who do you think Elizabeth, that current Elizabeth, is going to survive, or do you think someone's going to take her out? If you think someone's going to take her out, who do you think is going to take her out? Do you think it'll be Rudiciel, or do you think it'll be one of the Ten Commandments? And if that happens, who do you think is going to basically end this war? Who's going to put a stop to it? Do you think it's going to be like everyone pass their own ways, or do you think Meliodas is just going to basically fucking go on a major rampage and make everyone realize, calm the fuck down, or just get the fuck out of here? I don't know what. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box down below. If you're new to my channel and you like this review, do subscribe, as I make weekly 7 Deadly Sins or Nanatsu and Taizai manga reviews, as well as other anime, manga, otaku stuff, and be cool to see you guys join me on my journey. Have a great day, guys. Remember, Chris is talking. Peace.